Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War live stream. So today, what are we at? Season 24, week 7. Couple pretty big things happening this week. One of the more noteworthy ones, of course, is the PvP reset. We are now in the 5th, I think, 6th? I'm actually starting to lose track, but somewhere's around there. PvP season, I think it's 5th. But we end up getting the Immortal Zachriel, which is pretty decent, but he's in a really bad location. He's in the inner ring. Generally owning this stuff in the outer ring is ever going to be particularly useful, just because inner ring and obviously central both have 1.5 billion options that you can end up utilizing. So these are a lot less viable, because one of the whole gimmicks of Immortals, at least with their double mechanic, is that they can override whatever the restriction is. However, these don't really matter that much that they can override restriction, because the restriction of the locations that they're at is already so easy to build for that they don't really gain any additional benefit, unfortunately. They did add Immortal Glacia for, what's it called? For Bay of Stars. Basically, Immortal Glacia, just with a slightly different mechanic, just with Umbral Star, is now in what's it called? Bay of Stars. The only problem with this is it's not targetable like Immortal Glacia was when she was out. So it's going to be a lot harder to get copies of it. So let's see if we actually get some. I haven't actually opened any burning chests yet this season. So let's go open what we have. Most of this is from getting diamond rank, because I did, I'm not sure if I still have the mail for it. But also, I didn't even get to it yet. But also, the other big thing we have going on this week, of course, is Guild Wars. Still need to go record the Defend video tonight as well. I still haven't done that. I want to do that while I can still see the Defends, because I won't be able to do that on the other days since I'm going to be keeping a green Defend here. But I still have admin, so I can switch it to blue and go show it for the video. But I got to do it before tomorrow, otherwise it gets locked in like 6 hours. So I got to record that sometime tonight. But we will be covering a video sometime tomorrow going over, or even I might just post it tonight when it's done, on the blue teams video. So all the blue Defend teams for the Defend. We already covered green last time, but I will do blue this time. The guild is still going to be set in green though, but I will be covering a video on blue for any of you that do Defend for blue specifically. Anyways, back to PvP. Let's go open some burning chests and go start heading through dailies. Then probably mess around with a lot of PvP since we got a brand new PvP season to go farm. Okay, 50. That is a great drop right off the bat. Unfortunately, the Immortal is not too good. Also, I didn't even say hellos. Hello, everyone. Oh, wait, where's the other chat? Wait, let me go move this over. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me go see the bigger one. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Jets. Hello, Chad, and thank you for the continued support. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Defiant. Hello, Stacy. Hello, yeah. Hello, hello, Mulu. Hello, Chris Purpose. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, 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 welcome. Yeah, that's a great drop to be starting with. The Immortal itself is kind of average, but 50 of them is great. All right, let's go open a set of 10 and see what we got here. Come on, something good. 20 gold marks, average. The below average, kind of. Gold icon, awful. Though if you're going to get one, at least get a gold one. 20. Can we get anything that isn't gold? We've gotten 4 gold in a row. No, and now it's silver. Where's all the drops? What is this? We're 7 resources in a row without getting a single 8. I think we're bugged right now. There we go, finally. Wow, that is awful. Wow. Oh, wait, never mind. Wow. That is so bad. We got a 10 and a 10. In 10 pulls. We only got 2 soul pulls in 10. Also, we got this one again. Wow, we started so strong and then got very weak immediately. What is that? We rolled this twice, this 4 times. This twice. So yeah, 8 of them right there, just in resources. And then we just got the lowest possible roll on those twice. Wow, that is bad. Yeah, we will use those gold icons at some point. We are in diamond rank right now, so I do kind of want to rank down. Oh, I can't even see where we are because we haven't done a single battle yet. But, yeah, diamond rank normally needs too much per week, so I normally like going down to ruby and then re-getting diamond and everything. Hey, let me go upgrade this guy. We got some copies of him earlier. I think that was mostly from just being in diamond rank. But there we go. Got a score reduction. And he does have some pretty good nice trait setup. Score reduction and vulnerable into the barrier gem convert. I wish he had a little bit of a better way of gaining barrier gems compared to just his final trait. This seems to be kind of like the premise that he's going around. Like some kind of durability gain would have been nice with all his true damage and everything, but he only really has like a small amount of barrier. He's still pretty decent though. He does a lot of damage. Oddly enough, even without double damage, he's still among one of the better true damagers in all of Sword's Edge. Like compared to the legend and everything else there. Before we get into too much PvP, let me go clear out everything else real quick. We shouldn't have too many because this is standard weeklies. Probably the most time-consuming thing is going to be Invasion. But it's the earlier battles, so we can just run a quick kill team. Something I don't normally show for the videos, but of course, for the earlier fights of Invasion, you normally just run something that just destroys everything immediately. Let me double check what monster even has for that. I'm not even sure. But yeah, let's go start just clearing out everything, going one by one, and we'll wrap around the PvP. Hello, Timmy! Hello, Fotis! Welcome, welcome, welcome. How do you get the new Immortal? He's in the Burning Chest drop table. There's also a bunch of objectives you can do for PvP this week, or this next 11 weeks, I mean, that will end up giving you a bunch of rewards for him directly. The reason we already had a couple of him was because we were already in Diamond rank, which gives a couple. But there's a bunch of objectives you can do over the next 11 weeks in that one PvP tab that will give a bunch of copies of him. Plus, he's the main one in all the Burning drop table whenever you open up Burning chests. But any of these objectives all end in getting 45 copies of him, or 45 souls of him. Like every single objective that you see on the seasonal goals in the next 11 weeks. Everything here will end in giving you a bunch of copies of him. That's how we got our initial ones right there. But yeah, honestly, he's a pretty good Immortal. He's actually among one of the strongest ones we've seen yet. The problem is his location is pretty bad. Is the biggest thing kind of holding him back. As far as his actual ability, it's pretty solid. Like, it's among one of the better damage sources in all of Sword's Edge, which is kind of sad. That's not necessarily because he's so good, it's just that Sword's Edge is so bad. But yeah, he's like one of the top 3 damage sources, I think, in all of Sword's Edge, which is kind of sad. It's mostly because that place has a lot of tanks. And he's surprisingly, even though he has some tank ability, he's surprisingly offensive in what his ability is. It's actually among one of the highest offense abilities of any of the Immortals. Not the absolute highest. I think Ossifer would still get more value and a few others like that. Due to extra turn potential and everything. Will I buy the PvP pass this season? No. I do not plan to buy the PvP pass this season. Even though he's somewhat decent, the location that he is for is pretty bad. Oddly enough, if it was the other way around, I probably would have. If it was the Leo one that was the focus this season, I probably would have went for it. Because then we would have another Mortal Glacia for an outer ring. But this is not the targetable one, unfortunately. So I didn't end up going for it. Because this is literally just a Mortal Glacia, just with more mana accumulation. Like, it's literally just a Mortal Glacia, but with extra turn potential. Like, this thing is really good. But it's not the focused one. They tend to do that a lot, where the better one seems to be the one that you can't target. But, yeah, I'm not sure why they always do that. I guess this one was decent and he was targetable last time. But this one would still been better last season, as far as his overall ability. And even before that, Immortal Pharnax was way better than whatever the other thing was. They seem to always like to put the better one on the non-targetable one for some reason. Oh yeah, we have an upgrade on that. Let me go do that while we're here. I got so many copies of them. Another upgrade for you. Also, I still don't have the achievement to get 10 of these, or 5 of them to level 10. I think that's one of the only achievements we're missing. And I still haven't done it yet. Because he's right at 9, he's right at 9. They're like right on the cusp of getting there, but none of them are getting there. Like, they're all so close, but none of them are all the way. Yeah, maybe this season. We'll find out. Anyways, where are we? Dailies, check. Nothing else we need to do there. Deep Delver. I guess we'll go do a delve at some point. Campaign. Oh yeah, I haven't done the campaign test this week. We'll get to that. We could just do whatever for that. Invasion. Oh yeah, let's go do Invasion now. So, Invasion team. We gotta make sure we use the bird. Beyond that, what do we have for Empower again? Don't we have, like, nothing? Yeah, we have nothing. That's sad. That means we're not gonna have nearly as many options here for damage. Oh, wait. The bat counts as, what's it called? Ooh. Is that worth it? Because what's our alternative? Megavore. Is this just gonna be a wand in the bat angle? It might be. We even have Sugaroff. Sugaroff gets some of his mana back. I'm actually really tempted to just run double of him. The problem is he doesn't have all enemies, though. I feel like double Crimson Bat would clean up better. Or even Crimson Bat into Weaver, just so we cover every color. Or pretty much every color. And we could do that to get a bunch of mana accumulation from the Bat, then. Alright, let's roll with that and just run a really quick hero class, like Archmagus or something. Oh, I'm already set to Archmagus, perfect. was like, wait, why wouldn't it let me switch? But yeah, we're already set. Perfect. And then I'll just set to like, I don't know, double blue or something. Something that I could feed and bleed into into the bat. And we should be good to go. I could technically even minus brown here if I wanted to. I don't know, what do we have for minus brown under here? Red, blue, sure, why not? Alright, we'll go for that. I don't think we need to change anything else. Alright, let's roll with this. Now we'll give a little bit extra bat mana then. I don't think we need to change anything else here. But yeah, this is just a quick kill to earlier fights, just so we can get through them slightly quicker. Obviously, we'll switch to a real team as we get a little bit deeper, though I think for today's battles, we won't really need them yet today. I forget, we get the enchant thing too, which is nice. Yeah, for the earlier fights, you mostly just need AoE rush. Obviously, once you get to 4 towers, you run a proper tower killing team. But they're a little bit too weak for the really, really early starting fights. To the point that you can just wipe them out with whatever. You just gotta make sure to always still run the invasion troop. Just so you get the double score when you get to towers. This is one of those modes that you don't actually have to upgrade it to get the double points. It just needs to be on your team. You can literally keep it untraded and un-everything, then it would still give you max points. At least for this game mode. I did max it out just as out of habit, because we always do. But you don't actually need to for this mode. I just always do since we have the resources for it, so might as well. You tested Leo and Bea Stars, a lot of fun to use. Yeah, it's really good. The X shape is actually a really fun mechanic. The reason you don't see me using it too often off of things like Dragonian Monk and stuff, even though he's really good, like the X shape mechanic, is there's a lot of really interesting board control things you can do with it. And the main big downside of it is to use it optimally, you gotta do like a minute per cast. Like if you're gonna double check every single thing you could do with an X shape. Because there's a lot of things you can shimmy around on the board to end up getting value with it. It's probably one of the harder mechanics to use in the game. But you can get so much value from it if you take the time to figure out where to use it. It'd be really good in things like Guild Wars and stuff, oddly enough. It's just not as good for game modes where you're trying to win as quickly as possible. Because even though you could just spam it onto the board, it's one that you really have to kind of think out where you want to end up putting it. It's a good mechanic. I wish there was more things that had it in the game. Particularly things that would actually be used in those kind of game modes like Guild Wars. Oh, that's not what I wanted. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get this, but there's no way to take it. I'm trying to match it, but there's no way to match it into anything. I said, hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, we're still doing Gems of War. And actually, we'll be streaming it 5 times this week. Today, and then the next 4 days. Well, not the next 4 days, but Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Every day of Guild War, we'll be streaming it. And of course, it'll be Strix restriction. I mean, I keep saying Strix. I mean Suncrest. I'm pretty sure I said that like multiple times in the video. But I mean Suncrest is the restriction, not Strix. I just always associate them as basically the same thing. Kind of like Urskia and Urska. Like, they're so similar that it's like, yeah, it's just the same thing. Because most Strix reside in Suncrest. When is the Puzzle Quest 3 revisit? I'm not sure. I kind of want to get all my medical stuff done for this month, and then we'll probably do it. I have one dental thing tomorrow. I need to schedule one more thing with them, which I'm going to try to do either on my blood work day or on my just general medical checkup day. Once all that is sorted, we'll probably do it then. And all that should be within the next week, week and a half. So after that... Because I don't want to plan a day and then just figure out, oh, I have to just go schedule something medical related on that day. And then we'll just have to cancel and change it to a different day. Once I know like the official date for all of that, I would kind of know. But I won't for about another week, week and a half. Wish this place had better mana accumulation. Something monsters have always had an issue with. There's a few like Arachnid Weaver and such that can kind of get it done. But monsters in general just do not really have good mana accumulation. It's an issue obviously a lot of categories still have, where they're missing like big holes in their overall gameplay style. Alright, 5 more battles, which technically means probably about 9 with Raven Towers. Yeah, that's another thing too. I forgot, this month is actually packed too with things happening in Gems of War. We still have the 2-week-long thingy event going on next week. Bringing that new troop and everything. Of course, this week we got all the Guild Wars, new PvP season. And then one in the next few weeks should be bringing a patch. They said 7.8 patches before the end of the month. So next 3 weeks we should see that. If I had to guess, probably 2 weeks from now. It would likely be on the second week of the event that they're doing next week. So not next week, but the following week is most likely to patch that Tuesday. Alright, that reminds me, it's finally safe to open keys again. The mythic from last week is no longer in drop table anymore. Because gosh, was that a bad mythic. I really wish they would make them a little bit more useful. Like when a glory troop is useless, it's like, oh yeah, obviously they were going to kind of do that eventually almost every time. But whenever a new mythic is useless, it's like, I don't know, it just feels weird. These are supposed to be like some of the strongest things in the game, and then they just make them dead content literally the second they come out. Oh yeah, I'll hand out some codes. Let me go get it open. 1 second. Here you guys go. Enjoy. Pet code time? I do have a pet code for the month. I'm not sure when I'm doing it for, though. I would have last stream for when we did 100,000 gems. But I didn't have them at the time. I do have them now. It's one of the old International Cat Day or International Dog Day pets. I don't remember which one. But yeah, I do have one to hand out this month. I don't think we're doing it today, though. I might do it on first day of Guild War. So that'd be this Thursday stream, then. I'll probably do it on this Thursday stream. Since out of any of the 4 Guild War streams, obviously, it'd be the one that people would most likely want to see. Since it's, you know, the main first one of us actually doing the teams and everything. Hopefully we have a good balanced guild match for that. Also, hopefully they're not as hard as last time. We barely got our 18 wins we needed last time. And I don't plan on buying the PvP pass, so hopefully we get it. Because if I somehow do lose 3 times, I'm not sure if I would buy it or not. I almost feel like I would. I don't know, we'll see. Because the current one for this PvP season is really bad. Or, you know, not PvP season, but for this one's Guild War. Well, technically both. The one for this PvP season is not bad, it's just the location is bad. But the one shiny that you're getting for the legendary thing for Guild War this time around, it is so useless. Like, regardless of what his level 2 shiny ability is doing, it is not worth it. He could be like 10 mana cost, with his ability like twice as strong. And I'm pretty sure he would still barely get used. It's because he has no extra turn potential. And he creates Red Storm, which is really counter to the really heavy amount of Yellow Storm that you normally want from the kingdom. Jetto was in the Puzzle Quest 3 global chat channel. Yeah, I actually saw her earlier. When she sent me the redeem codes earlier, she was actually playing, or, you know, her Discord thing said she was playing Puzzle Quest 3. Which I found funny, because I don't normally see her doing that, I don't think. So I'm not normally paying attention to it that much. Yeah, she was actually playing Puzzle Quest 3 when she sent me the codes. Or at least when I checked after she sent me the codes. Alright, we did all that. Campaign, will get done on its own. Invasion, we literally just did it. Games, let's go do dungeon. Oh yeah, are we doing Underspire this week? Honestly, this Underspire week is horrible. I'm pretty sure I'm just full skipping it and just doing the free battles again, like I did last week. Because wow, is it bad. Like, yes, you have Kafru, but that's it. Like, what do you have? It's so bad. I never realized Kedar was left this far behind, because it was one of the initial kingdoms. So a lot of, like, the earlier stuff and everything was kind of weaker here. It was one of the original OG 15 kingdoms. But wow, is this place horrible. Like, it has a few skull options, and some that have been nerfed into the ground that were once the meta back in the day. Even has Empower Skull. But, yeah, overall, this kingdom is just bad. It really lacks decent options. Obviously, it has a few things that are amazing. But overall, like, where's the damage besides Deathmark? Like, Deathmark and Skull Spam is all it has. And one-shot abilities that used to one-shot that are nowhere near one-shot anymore. But, yeah, it is not ideal. Alright, let's paste the one team into here just so I have it saved. Fight. But yeah, I think I'm just doing free battles again. I'm not even going to 50 gem every day to go to the floor 4 completion. I don't even think it's worth it with this. Yeah, I could offset with one other thing and replace out the first slot. I mostly just had that there for the later waves for tankability. Was the main idea around putting him there. But for these earlier fights, yeah, just going more AoE damage is probably the way. But for now, Dustbringer is perfectly fine for this early on. We'll worry about the rest later. Alright, so, check, dungeon. Top 3? Nope. Ice Trap immediately. Wonderful. Also, one of these days, I'm eventually going to accidentally go down to level 19. Have any of you guys done that yet? I still have somehow never done that. Accidentally click down to 19 floor instead of staying at 20. It will eventually happen. It has not happened yet somehow, though. I gotta be careful. That thing could, like, two-shot us. I really should stop putting Flower Dragon first slot on this team. It wasn't as bad when we had Stellarix here, but Flower Dragon just dies so easily. Because there's no score reduction like Stellarix does. It's one of the few things Stellarix still really has up on Flower Dragon. Stellarix is just so much tankier. It's basically a tank mythic that is also like one of the best damage sources in the game. Whereas Flower Dragon is simply just one of the best damage sources in the game. It doesn't really tank at all. It's really flimsy, even though its overall damage is slightly better than Stellarix. You have on both accounts? Oh no. I feel like on mobile I would eventually misclick it, but even on mobile I haven't yet. Because I've definitely misclicked a lot of things on mobile before. It's such a smaller screen. Alright, there we go. Alright, I think we're finally doing PvP. Check. 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 Gosh, I need like a whole checklist somewhere in game that just tracks them all. Check. Check. Well, pretty much. How many Volkies do we still have left from last week? Alright, 52. Alright, yeah, let's go to PvP. So, of course, we got a brand new, fresh PvP season of PvP Season 5? 6? I don't know for sure the number these days. But some amount of numbered PvP season. But yeah, let's go do it. I'm not sure if we're going all the way to 5.7 today. Probably not, but I do want to get some amount, obviously. So we gotta do Dwarf, which is basically just gonna be Glacia, or Mystic. I'll do Dwarf. Which is basically just gonna be a Glacia team. Oh yeah, let me go get our buffs first before I do that. And then we'll go do that. Let's go get our magic here. Magic from the other plays. Hello, Mini! Welcome, 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 welcome. But yeah, this Guild War this week is going to be kind of sketchy. I think this is the weakest teams we've ever had for Guild War. Not that Suncrest is bad, but I feel like of any category we've had so far, this is probably one of the weakest. It has the same issue as Broken Spire, in the sense that whenever it's a kingdom restriction, you have a lot less weapon diversity. Because whenever it's a troop type, you can run any weapon in the entire game. But whenever it's a kingdom type, you have to use specifically a weapon from the kingdom. Which, regardless of kingdom, drastically limits the options you have. So it's pretty much going to be the hardest Guild War we've had since Broken Spire. The other big issue with Strix is they don't like to be frozen. But you don't really have that much anti-freeze. The closest thing you have to an anti-freezer is the 4x Bless. But if they curse freeze you, you're in trouble. You kind of need to get Bless off before they kind of start rolling with all that. Though because of that, curse freeze is really strong this this time for defend teams. When we mention it for the video tomorrow, it is something that's going to be brought up a lot, especially for our blue category, since you get freeze automatically after 15 turns. So just having curse is technically curse freeze, even though you'd probably still want to run elementalist for the to make sure you get it. It's definitely a really good week to be running elementalist for defend. You just have to make sure you have curse to go with it, and potentially even dispel. All right, let's go get our other magic, and then we'll go clear out everything. Yep, I forgot it's over here. There's two possible options, and I always click the wrong one. It's the one all the way to the left and all the way second to the right. Or the two magic ones. This one is based on purple, and the other one is just the general magic one. Guild War? Yeah, Guild War's on Thursday, so we won't be able to do that today. I will be covering a video tomorrow going over blue defend teams, though. Because I believe those are the two main locations most guilds set. We did a poll on it a while back as well. Blue and green are by far the two most commonly set defend locations. There are others that are technically viable, but they are by far like the two overall best. Green because its overall layout is really good. And blue because it has the best effect after 15 turns. After this battle, we can go take out the other thing and start earning some PvP points finally, because we haven't actually earned a single one yet. Came and check leaderboard to go check the thing. Though I'm pretty sure we're just going to try going down to Ruby rank. Unless there's a bunch of people in our bracket not doing anything. But I feel like any diamond we ever get put into these days, they want like 50,000 to 100,000 point in a week. Especially on the very first week, because there's probably a lot of people pushing really high score. Alright, let's go do our dwarf battles now that we have all of our magic. And by that I mean Mortal Glacia, surrounded by things that will feed our mana. Oh, nothing feeds her mana off of Empower. Wait, how are we mana accumulating for this other than Wanda Star? What are we doing for mana? Because we can't do green to brown. Brown doesn't help her. Well, I guess we could still do it and just feed it into Wand. I guess it's fine. And then we just go one other option. They don't have Fairy Fire. Oh no, what does Dwarf have that's good for assisting? You have to have some kind of mana accumulator in here that isn't just brown. Nope, more brown. Glenn's brown though. Dwarven Gate. Yeah, it's based on Dwarven ally. Or no, it is all other allies. Yeah, the thing's based on Dwarf, but oh yeah, we also have red, but that's also not Glacia. We got brown, we got red. Oddly enough, there's not just a mass explode. Yeah, honestly, there's not that much option. Let me just go see what we have for Link. Oh, wow, there's actually a lot of Links. We got red, we got blue, brown, which honestly I might just do just to feed Hero lol. What's our best brown Link here? What's it called again? Stone Link. Hey, transform all green to a chosen color? Oh, but we're already converting away all green. I was gonna roll this. This doesn't really matter too much. Alright, and then we'll set our banner like brown-blue. Minus... never mind, we're just setting it double brown then. What's the brown-purple angle? Brown-purple has minus green. Perfect, that's what we need. We're denying it anyways. And class... I guess just mech to get the dispel so we don't have to deal with barrier or anything. Alright, that should be fine. Just a whole team of just get Immortal Glacia to full mana. That's all we need. Nothing more. But yeah, I do eventually want to have a troop this good for everything in Outer Ring. Technically, last season we could have gotten what's his name. I didn't end up going for it though. But I do eventually want something as strong as Immortal Glacia for every single area in Outer Ring. Obviously, we already do in the sense that we own them, but you know, like actually upgraded like she is. Like almost nearly max. But we'll do that at some point. I was kind of waiting for the right ones because we're going to have a lot of PvP season in the future, so I'm not really in a rush to get them. Because every single 11 weeks just going to add another 2. But it's just so nice how chill Mondays are with these. And Inner Ring, of course, doesn't really need it because those just have everything as an option. But we still need like the other 5 Outer Rings to have something as good as Immortal Glacia. Which technically we got one today, it's just not targetable is the problem. Because we got Immortal Glacia for Bay of Stars with the Leo Immortal. But there's no way to target it, so you can't really get it as strong as our Immortal Glacia is right now. I'm not sure how much that's really helping her, though. Like, all the extra stats. Like, she has a bit of extra from being this upgraded, but it's honestly not a lot. Like, it's definitely helping, but it's pretty minimal compared to just, like, if you had it at just, like, level 4 or something. Like, this is one nice thing about the Immortals. They gain most of their benefit pretty much by level 4. Like, there are upgrades you get all the way across to 30, but, while some of them are useful, it's not really needed to get the core aspect of what they are. Of course, there's some benefits like 4 lower overall mana costs, a better final trait, a couple things like that. Just a bunch of extra magic. That doesn't make too big of an impact, especially if you already have a bunch of mana accumulation to go into them. One last battle. And then we can actually start doing PvP. Of course, this technically was, but I think we're still at... Oh, no! She literally converted the one thing I needed. That was going to be a 5 times red. No, why would you do that? It's so unfortunate. Oh, pure miss on Juan, too. Spell's going really horrible. So why is our enemy so tanky? I feel like every other battle had so much less durability than this one. Oh, so it does retroactively hit resummons, which is so nice. It's one of the reasons why having a lot of hits like that is really useful. Compared to having like 4 big hits. 5 hits around her range are just so nice. Same as the new base stars one that got added this today. Alright, now with our 0, we can finally go do PvP points since we're technically at 0 right now. Aren't we? We should be. Oh no, we got 401 from something, never mind. Let's see, how bad's the... Oh yeah, look at that. It's already Monday and they're already pushing for like 20, 30,000. Which I'm pretty sure that 30,000 guys leaderboard, isn't it? Oh wow, gosh. Who on earth is already doing hundreds of thousands? I know it's possible with all the boosters and everything. But to have this, you basically would have to be doing PvP. Like, to have these 2 numbers right here, you'd basically have to have been doing PvP, like, since it came out this morning. You know how long it takes to do 1,500 battles? It is not quick. Even if we're winning multiple a minute, that is still a very long time. Yeah, that 133,000 guy would be top 100 then. Alright, let's go get our middle stuff done. Get our Valhawks going. Because yeah, it's Monday, so we don't really have a specific location we really need to target yet. Unless I want to go for like some silver marks or something. And of course, ever since they made those 3 Valhawks guaranteed, which honestly is probably one of the best things they've ever done for the state of PvP. Ever since they changed it, is make the 3 guaranteed Valhawks. It is so nice how much better that is. Oh no, what is the maximum amount of points you can earn in an hour? I'm actually not sure these days. I could have sworn it was closer to like 20 or 30,000 or something. So to have 300,000 by now is like 12-ish hours. Or somewhere's around there. It's been out for like, what, 16 hours? Like, the top 2 of PvP would have to have been doing PvP for basically 80% of duration since the update. Or, you know, since weekly reset. This is technically a strategy to be doing on the first season, though. Because you actually do start getting gold marks as your ladder goes up. It's not something I normally go for, because you'd have to do a lot of PvP. But these higher ranks give you extra gold marks per day. I forget exactly where they start giving you gold marks. I think it might be around where they start actually becoming gold, which would make sense. So maybe somewhere's around this mark area. But at a certain point, you start getting like 1 extra gold mark per day, then 2, then 3, so on and so forth at a certain point here. So some people do rush 800,000, so that during the entire 11-week period, if you rush it within the first week or 2, you would have, you know, about 9-10 weeks where you'd be gaining several gold marks every single day. If you break that down, let's say it's I wish you could see what the reward actually is. I think the highest rank is somewhere around like 8, 9, 10-ish. Let's just see if it was 1 per each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think it is 9. That sounds about right. So if it's 9 per week and you got it all done in 1 week, let's say you did 800,000 a week, which is technically possible, though most people would not bother grinding that, but it's technically possible. So if you were to hypothetically do that, that'd be 70 days with 90 per day. Well, I guess I could have just done that in my head, but it's 630 extra gold marks. So if you were to rush this within about a week, week and a half, you would get 6 deep books worth of gold marks across the other 10 weeks or so. That's not bad. But that would require doing a lot of PvP. Like 100,000 a day until you hit 800,000. Or some similar pacing. What am I doing right now? I'm trying to go, because I was talking about gold marks, I was going to go spend our gold marks real quick. Oh no, I don't have enough to go do the thing. Okay, I'll do a double. I thought I had enough for a triple. Oops, wait, what? What did I just click on? Oh! I forgot, we don't have 20,000. I forgot, it's PvP reset. Oh, that's funny. I forgot we need 20,000 first. Never mind, we'll do that next week. Oh no. Because I don't think I'm farming to 20,000 a day, that's for sure. But by next week, after PvP and everything else, we should probably have 20,000 by then. Especially since we have those gold thingies we can go use to kind of expedite it for next week. Because I'm hoping that we go down to Ruby rank. And then in Ruby rank, we can go and get top 3. Because we did do that last week. Actually, I'm not sure if I showed the thingy. But we did get our 90 gold marks from last week. Oh no, I took too many things. But yeah, we did get first place in our PvP thing last week. For the final season week. We actually won by a lot. I think we did like 50,000 last week. And the next highest person in my bracket was like 23,000 or something. Which was really nice. Pretty easy. Though we did dump a bunch of our thingies that week. Though I did do quite a bit more PvP that week as well. They got like 20,000 actual points. The rest was from the gold mark thingies. Or, you know, all those statues. These I just dumped them all before the end of the season. Oh, is that why some of their numbers are high too? I didn't think about that either. Because it could have been the automatic cashing in of whatever marks they still had. I said, hello, Bill. Welcome, welcome. You're here. Release the first code. We did actually already release one earlier, but yeah, I might as well release another one right now. Another one for the pile. Meant to after we finished out the other game mode. Kind of forgot to. Right, there you go. In between the wall of hellos. You can't understand why a 3x2 block of the same color isn't an extra turn. A 3x2? It should be. Because a plus shape is extra turn. But a 3x2 should be. I know clumps kind of have some weird interactions sometimes though. But no, a 3x2 should be an extra turn. Though I haven't really used gem creators that much recently. Mostly because, I don't know, just, the mechanic just hasn't really been needed compared to how much more explosion and other things we have these days. So I haven't actually been getting, like, really weird shapes to kind of see how they've been interacting lately. Does it count as 2 3s, really? Because, yeah, it's actually been a while since we've used gem spam troops. Like, it's something we generally don't use on teams these days, just because a lot of the meta doesn't really use them anymore. Alright, let me go see some of the things we're going to be running for Guild War. So we're going to have, obviously, a billion defend teams. These were the ones for the other video. These were just burning gem. Oh yeah, these were to go get the achievement from the 8.7 patch. Let me go reorder all these down. Bring all these up. This is gonna be for the defend team video later. But I mostly just want to test our offense teams right now. How many do I need? How many defense are there again? Guild War. Guild War. My guild keep 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I think we already have more than enough then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Reorder. Boom, boom. Alright, do I need any of these teams this week? Invasion. Oh, I do still need my invasion team. Let me actually go move that one down. As my current invasion event team is not that one. So I'm going to move you down, move you up. Okay, is that everything we need? I think that is. Because invasion low, I'm not going to need. Faction, we're not going to do. Necromancer class. Under Spire. Already have the team pasted in. Alright, we should be good to go. So that would be the 9 slots we'll need. Alright, I kind of want to go mess with these. We're going to go do it on Central. Biggest issue is going to be cleanse on a lot of these teams. So much so, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do the middle team. Let's go try all these in Central and see how they do. Alright, paste team. Boom, boom, boom. Alright, Quetzalma, Staff of Storms, E, Cattle, Zillapachli. This team, like many things from this kingdom, really does not want to be frozen. So normally you'd be wanting to use this against something that does not have freeze. This team does indeed have freeze. But yeah, this team is really bad when it ends up getting frozen. It's one of the big issues with running this. Yeah, we might just have to run the middle team and just not even bother with the setup. It's going to have too much of a downside when ran against any amount of freeze. Like one single freeze and we basically just died. Just because of how much effect it has on the team. Alright, let's go see the other one. So what happens when you put a freeze counter on the team? Let's see how much better this will end up doing against a freeze team. Because this specifically has counterplay to freeze. Oh, so hello Neil, welcome, welcome. You just had a question. What is a skill? Like some troops have reduced random skill. Oh, it's basically one of the 4 stats in the game. There's 4 different stats. Actually, Bill ended up mentioning it as well in chat. But there's 4 stats: attack, armor, HP, and magic. So whenever they say they'll reduce a random skill, they're going to reduce one of these 4 random stats by whatever number it says. But yeah, those are what the skills are. The 3 that you see on the side as well as magic. Alright, so we are frozen once again. However, this team does have counterplay to freeze. The counterplay being get High Priestess to full mana and then cast her. So a team like this is probably what we're going to have to stick to a little bit more for Guild War. It's just a lot safer, even though it's going to win slower. But it's just a lot safer across the board. And it's still going to die, though. What even? Yeah, this is going to be a really scary Guild War. Though, of course, a team like that is not one you'll see in Guild War, though. The exact combination they had is actually impossible for Guild War. Same as the one we're about to face. Actually, that's not true. This could be a final defend. It's pure purple. Like, it did not freeze at start of battle, so we finally get a battle where we don't have to be immediately frozen, which is nice. So we can actually get the core mechanic of this team, which is bless the entire team. So whenever they do spam us with status effects, we'll have immune on anything that doesn't cast yet. And then we just AoE spam until they die. If we have alignment on blue to yellow, we go for it. And then we just keep casting this for random status effects and resummon. And just keep damage pressuring with these. Biggest downside... Oh, no, never mind. This team has Dispel, too. Honestly, this is probably going to be the way we have to go. It just seems like the safest bet. Because I forgot, we have Dispel, too. I was going to say, we don't even have Dispel, or we don't have Dispel. But no, we do, because we're running mech. Alright, once again, this is a team you're not going to see in Guild War, but we'll still go fight it. This exact combination is impossible for Guild War. Alright, so whenever we get frozen like this, we can just cleanse it right off with Bless. As long as you don't have a cursor. Yeah, I think this will be fine. It's not bad. It's not as quick as the other team, but it's a lot safer than the other team. It can still lose, though. But it has a lot of backup plans to try to not lose with. Though our backup plan better win. You got this backup plan. Let's see. I'll take this and try for yellow extra turn. Didn't get it. Come on, backup plan. You got this. Do damage. You gain reflect. What a weird mechanic. Just deal some damage and have reflect. Okay, what is our best bet here? Statistically, it would be take this yellow into double blue. This triple green here is too unlikely. Triple brown here is too unlikely. We are in yellow storm right now. The most other viable one would be the vertical over here. Is the highest chance would be to get a skull here. But there's no vertical here. So our next best bet is to try for double blue. Oh no, we got single blue! Come on, we're so close! Yeah, if that was Guild War, we would have lost. But the team we're up against is an impossible team for Guild War. This one isn't. This is something you can actually see for green Guild War Defend. This could actually be someone's final team, and it would probably be with Essence of Evil or an actual real weapon. And this could have been something like a Flower Dragon. But this is something we could actually see as the final battle for green, green Defend. Oh, I should have taken 5 times. Whoops. Whenever I do Guild War, I'll obviously be playing a little bit slower. Still in the PvP mindset. Alright, I'm actually gonna go for Status Effect first, just because I want to get our Bless going. Which is another thing, too. She can actually help protect her Status Effects by getting that Bless. As long as they don't have Dispel. And that's also the reason why we have Dispel and Mech. Is to get rid of Dispel and stuff like this, because both of our damage sources are full AoE. So we need something that can break through it. Alright, I'll throw that down. So everything's gonna die except for the Dagonoff. And there's our extra turn. So his Submerge ended up going away. He's gonna reapply every time we hit him, though. But all we have to do is just re-extra turn and we're good to go. There we go. And now he drops Submerge again. Then we whack him again. And he's dead. Yeah, this team is probably going to be the one we use then, ultimately. Mostly because I feel like using High Priest Chezaka is going to be pretty required. So hopefully all of you guys have him. Or, I mean. Otherwise, open some Glory Keys until you get her, hopefully. Or Gold Keys. I mean, Glory Keys or Gem Keys are the main two. But she'd be pretty rare because she's competing with literally every other legend in the entire game right now. There's no way to target her at the moment. But she seems like the most required troop to have. Just because she's the main cleanser you have. And you're going to need that for the billion people running Elementalists on every single team ever. Oh nice, we got Bless off of her. I mean off the weapon. So I don't even need to Bless with her at the moment then. Alright, now I do need the Bless, though. Oh, no! She died! Gosh, Flower Dragon, chill. Oh, nice, the backup. We do have a second backup summon. The 35% Harpy Mage. I think the low rarity team utilizes that with double Zachi as well. It's not much, but it's more than nothing. Though we are going to lose here. So in case Hero does die, you still have a backup plan. I was even considering putting Zachi in last slot. I figured she'd want to get mana a little bit more often. So I put her 1 up. But you could put her in last slot and keep her as like the last resort summoner. If they're running like a skull spam team. You can technically even put Hero there if you want to keep it really safe. If they have nothing that hits last slot. Directly. But yeah, I do think this is going to be the hardest guild war since Broken Spire. Even just the hardest in general. It's not even necessarily that Suncrest is weak, it's just, everything you're going to be fighting is so much stronger. Suncrest's not weak, it's just guild war teams in general are kind of scary. Like, this one is easily a green final battle, you'd say. Except the weapon would be Essence of Evil and the dragon would be Flower Dragon. There's one slight issue of having it in first slot. He does feed right back into himself. I'm kind of doing it for the extra turn to move the board a little bit. You can also choose to not use them and just go straight into your weapon. But yeah, whenever you set Guild War Defend, make sure to never set Wand of Stars. Wand of Stars still gets replaced with Prismatic Orb, and Stellaric still gets replaced with Diamantina. Oddly enough, our Dragon does not get replaced currently. That could change by next patch. I wouldn't be surprised if they wouldn't change that. Because I'm actually still surprised it's allowed. For how strong it is relative to... like, if Stellarix isn't allowed, but Flower Dragon is, there's something wrong. Like, Flower Dragon is just as strong, if not stronger. Oh, here's another one we could technically see for Green Guild War. For the final fight. Except this would be Wand of Stars and not Prismatic Orb. I mean, not a Wand of Stars. I mean, this would be Essence of Evil, except and not Wand of... I mean, gosh, I cannot speak. It would be... He used Wand of Stars, which made a Prismatic Orb. But if you were to actually make a Guild War team out of it, it would be Essence of Evil. There we go. We got there. But otherwise, this is a team you could actually see for Guild War. Oh, and the Diamantina would be Flower Dragon. Oh, we actually summoned the Boss Slayer troop. That's something I forgot to mention in the video, but yeah, if they are running Maelstrom Dagannoth, you can offset for one of the Boss Slayers to go do it. Like, this is something you can start your team with. Even as Bless for itself, too. So one less thing you need to worry about cleanse on. Do I watch Taskmaster on YouTube? Yes. And I'm also finally caught up to all the episodes. Yeah, I've seen every single one. But yeah, this Guild War is going to be scary. If this is about as strong as we're going to get, because we have to have freeze counter. Because we can't even put like Quetzalma or something in the first slot. Because it's just going to block too much mana. Like, the momentum on it's not going to be strong enough. Ooh, last lot needs full mana right now, and I have no way of giving it full mana. I need Bless so badly right now. Oh, well, there goes our Bless. Okay, we got our damage source back. Not sure how much it's going to help us, though. Unless we can out-damage them. Which, oddly enough, if this doesn't die, we might actually out-damage them, surprisingly. Oh, so why would you have to summon? Why would you convert this? This thing is so bad. Let's see. Yeah, there's no way we win this. This Sachi gets cleansed like immediately, or somehow get a billion skulls out of nowhere. Okay, at least he's not rolling Devour. Oh wait, he missed, he missed, he missed. Wait, there's a chance. Wow, the Guild War comeback. That was actual Guild Wars. This seems like a standard Guild War match right there. You're completely obliterated, and then one troop just solos the entire 4 on the enemy team. That's funny. That's pretty much a Guild War battle right there. Yeah, this team still feels really weak, though. But there's almost nothing you can do to really make it that much stronger. While still having every mechanic that you need. On some battles, you'll be able to get rid of stuff for other things, though. Like, if they have no freeze, that opens up things a little bit more. Or if they don't have as much status effect spam, you don't necessarily need to have, what's her name in the last slot? Yeah, I know, we need all the luck for Guild War. We should stop using it now. Especially on Flower Dragon teams. Flower Dragon is so strong in Guild War. Just because your average team that you have to use against it is so much weaker than it normally would be. Especially since we're not allowed to use any weapon. Because that'd be one of the other ways to do it on a lot of the other categories. You just set your weapon to like hard counter or something similar. Like something as simple as an Essence of Evil just immediately deletes it. But you can't... Oh yeah, this is the other thing. I didn't actually build a team around this. But if you go 4 times Strix, Egress is decent. It creates a lot of yellow. I didn't really feel like it was needed for any teams I was showing, but I forgot to mention, this is pretty viable. Especially if you have it shiny level 2 or 3. I didn't specifically mention it for any of the team builds, though, because I didn't use it for any of the 3. But it's definitely an angle if you're going 4 times Strix. Particularly for the low rarity team as well. And especially if you have it shiny level 2 or higher. It doesn't have to be, but it does help a lot. Gosh, this team. The sad part is, this is something you can actually see on Final Battle if they're defending you for yellow. I haven't seen that many guilds ever set to yellow defend. But if they were, this is a team you could see. Except they'd probably be using Rope Dart in first slot instead of a broken Wand of Stars. You had 100k gem the same day you did? Nice! Huge congrats! Yeah, it feels nice to finally have. Now we just need an update to go spend them on. It's oddly enough, they haven't been doing that many gem sinks lately. It's one of the reasons why our gem stack has been going up so much. Is we haven't really had a proper gem sink in quite a few patches. Oh, so this is technically a team you could see for blue defend. I don't think anyone would set this as their blue defend team, but this is an option for it. It would be a lot more common if someone's setting like a double beat version of this. This is really good for infinite loop. But the AI doesn't use it as well for infinite loop compared to player. Yeah, I think that's enough testing of the team for Wednesday. I mean for Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, this is probably what we're going to be using for Guild War. Give or take a troop or whatever else we end up switching it to. He's obviously will need to change it based on whatever we're up against specifically in the Guild War battles. But yeah, either early tomorrow morning or sometime later tonight. I do want to go and cover all the defend teams for this area. I gotta cover the video in the next 5 hours though, because I gotta do it before reset so I can switch it back to green. Because my guild's still gonna be defending green, but for the video I want to show it as blue just so we can you know, have a visual of it. But yeah, we had a game plan since we covered green last time. I have a link at the end of the video too if you want to go check the green defense. I have a link to the weekly video this week as well. At the end of the video, all the green defend teams. I'll mention it during the blue defend team video too. So if you're still going green, all the green teams from last week or last time are still applicable. They were countering centaurs or whatever it was last time, but this time obviously it's Strix. But the main things you have to counter this time around, like as far as how you would counter a Strix team, Curse Freeze really good against them. They have a lot of infinite loop. Anyways, the deny yellow also pretty good, but Curse Freeze is probably highest priority. Curse Freeze and Submerge. Because all the best damage sources from this place hit all enemies simultaneously. Even in this other team, it was Quad Zelma. The only team you can really build out of Strix that isn't all enemies simultaneously is to do an Igris team. Or Igris, however you spell it. How on earth do you spell that thing? The bird. But one of the only few ways... There's only like 2 ways to build a non-all enemy simultaneously team out of Suncrest. And it's building something around Zillopachli, which kind of has like a Zolgoth-like ability, except without the insta-kill. There's even Rubraf's full AoE as well. But the only ways is basically Zillopachli and Igris. There's like the only 2 really viable ways to build a non-AoE Suncrest team. There's even this is scatter damage, so that counts as submerge counter. Like every single one of these submerge countered. Phoenicia is submerge countered. Quetzalma is submerge countered. Rubraf, if you're running it for some reason, is submerge countered. Garuda, which is getting shinied for the Guild War, is submerge countered. High Priestess, even though you're probably going to be running it because of Bless, is submerge countered. Zachi, which is the cheapest good damage source that you have access to. If you currently have like absolutely nothing to run, you're going to be running a lot of Zachi. Either one of her or even 2 of her. She's submerge countered. Teleco is submerge countered because Scatter gets countered by it. Like literally every legend and above is countered except Zillopachli, which wasn't Soulforged like 2 weeks ago. So the only 2 viable damage sources you have that aren't countered by submerge is Zillopachli and Igris. Time to build the Igris Zillopachli team. And just put like 2 support troops behind it. I didn't show that for the video, but honestly, we might legitimately do that if they have a ton of submerge. Like if they have Hero Submerge and a second Submerger, I might legitimately go Igris plus Zillopachli with like a summoning weapon and like 1 other support troop, either for Empower or whatever else we end up putting on it, like E Cattle or whatever we do. Like that might legitimately be our team, just to not have to deal with having mech on our team, so we can run 4 times Strix. But even then, I would still need Bless or something, so I don't know. I would need to still find that way to do that. Because if they have Curse Freeze, or even just Freeze in general, we're still going to need Cleanse. But yeah, it's going to be a rough Guild War. Should be fun, though. But anyways, guys, any other questions? Any other anything? So let me go hand out one last code. Otherwise, we will be back on Thursday. We'll probably hand out a special pet code on Thursday as well for the first day of the Guild War. And Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, yeah, we'll be doing Guild War every single one of those days at night. At our normal time, 8 p.m. Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now on all those days. And yeah, we'll go do Guild War on every single one of those days. And see how far we end up getting. But yeah, this is going to be probably the hardest or second hardest Guild War we ever had. It's going to be about as hard as the Broken Spire from the very first season of the new Guild War system. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.